So guys, love what is and accept what is versus change what is. Be proactive. Create your reality. Go out there and do it. Which of these paths is correct, or which of these paths is also right for you? So now, traditionally, these have been two separate ways. Loving what is, accept what is, and the other one is change what is. How do we bring those two together? So I want to offer some pointers on that. So firstly, loving what is, being present with what is. So if you follow just this path, it's beautiful because you love what is. It's a beautiful practice, but also can lead to not taking action, to passivity. A lot of people in the spiritual path are on this, and it can lead to, for instance, low income and frustration with that because you're not taking action. Whereas the other part of taking action is a self-empowerment one, and that can lead to burnout, and that can also be quite egoic. Right, so ideally we want to bring the two together. So I'll offer this to you as a pointer, what works for me. When you're faced with something, when you're faced with an issue, first thing to do, love what is and accept. So Eckhart Tolle also talks about this, and I think this aligns with what he says. Accept the now. That means everything that is appearing now. It doesn't mean you accept, just say you have an illness, say you have a diagnosis or some frustrating health condition. Right. So accepting the now means accepting your feelings about it. Everything that appears in this moment is divinely okay. It cannot be changed because it is. Okay, so there's a wisdom in accepting what is. But he also makes note, you're not accepting, okay, now I've got cancer or whatever. You're not being passive towards that, but you're just accepting this now, how you feel in this moment of now. So this is to say you've had a diagnosis, scary diagnosis. Maybe you've had a bad night, some issue flaring up, finances, health. Okay, first thing you want to do, because our instinct is to want to jump in and do something. We want to change what is. But if we just want to change what is, we're acting out of pain, so we're acting reactively. And that will engage the ego. So then you go down the ego route and you'll often face frustrations. So what you want to do is accept the now. So accept how you feel. So like you're going to do right now in this moment, if there's something that's bugging you, give yourself 100% permission to feel it and to have that be present in your life now. No matter how negative it is or how stupid you think it is or how hopeless, just bring it into the fold of now. It's here now. And allow yourself to feel it fully. So what we're doing here is we're breaking the habitual need to act and engage ego. We're saying that this thing that feels so uncomfortable, it's actually not a problem, it's just a sensation. So you're feeling the sensation of this. Okay. When you're doing this and giving yourself permission, what you might notice sort of in the space around you is a sense of ease. So just now as you're listening to this, if you have 100% permission, Russell has given you 100% permission, the universe has, to feel exactly what you're feeling, and there's with no shame. You're totally allowed to feel it because it's what's true, it's what's now. What happens when you have complete permission to feel that? I'm betting there's some kind of lightness that comes in. A relief. I can feel this. It's okay. Yes, it's okay. Because it's just circumstance. It's just the conditions of the body. This is reactions. It's not who you really are. So as you tune into this, into the relief that comes with that, a stillness, a peace. So there might be pain here, but there'll be peace around here. That is your true self now stepping forward or revealing itself because you've stopped struggling. So the divine self doesn't mind if there's pain here. So now you have the realization that you can have two at once. I don't have to get rid of this pain in order to feel my divine self. Okay, so it's really important. So now can you see when you've got this, now you're bringing in that divine, that part of that is always positive and always plugged in and always tuned in. It's not bothered by this part that is in pain, but it's bringing the resources into that. Now what you can do, you're accepting, you're loving what is. I love the fact, I just love life. I mean, I'm not touched by it. Even if I have a condition in my body, I'm actually not touched by it. I am the one who's aware. I am awareness. I'm free. See, these are all true statements. So now you'll tune into, there'll be true statements that start coming through, true feelings, from your soul nature. Now you can start asking what wants to happen, or what is a more beneficial approach to this state, to this condition. What is a more beneficial attitude? Now those will start to flow naturally. Now be aware of impulses to action. So what I find quite often is that sometimes the impulse to action is just to sit longer and really digest all this, to really get even more into this piece and to process. Sometimes he just wants you to process and feel stuff. But at the end of that, there'll be that moment of forward movement. Okay, here's an insight, here's an action. So then you flow into that action. So now you're changing what is. It's the best thing for anything where you feel stuck. I did it this morning on something that was bothering you with health. That's why I'm making this video, because I went through this process. And I was in deep resistance to it. But when I gave myself the chance to sit with it and feel it, and then I felt the stillness and I felt my divine sense. I am okay despite anything else. The panic sort of goes down and you start thinking clearly, because you're not thinking you're thinking from divine mind, from the heart mind. And then just a little insight came to me of something to just investigate and change, which I'm trying now. But that heart wisdom comes through. Now I'm changing. So now I'm working to change what is. But first I've accepted. So this you can apply to everything. First accept what is. And then see what wants to change. Notice the difference of language. See what wants to change. See what change comes through you from the formless into the form. Which, by the way, if you love Eckhart Tolle, is really what he's teaching. From the formless into the form, right? So to open that channel, you first become still, accepting what is. Become less form-orientated. Become formless. And then something flows into form, and you flow with it and you take action. So try that today. See what happens. If anything is troubling you, try it out. Let me know in comments how that goes. And of course, if you're liking these videos, please do like and subscribe. They do encourage me to make more. Good.